What's good? Today we're gonna break down this Scott Storch sounding beat from your boy Amnesia Beats. A lot of people been asking him about it, and he's gonna up on the keys and let y'all know what's good.
What's good? What's good? So I got a question from bro Peroni about shout out Peroni. He said on my track Anime, did I boost the 808 at all? And if so, is there any pre or post EQ compression on the channel strip? Also any parallel compression on the channel at all? That and another dude, the bro M Crest bro tutorial for this type beats for Ableton. Big love. Shout out M Crespo. Big love back at you, bro.
Bro.
Alright, man, so I'm just gonna break down the beat Anime, like what I did and the parts. This is the flute. This is in the C Harmonic Minor scale, so the only difference is the 7th is sharp. So negate this 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sharpen it. Right, and then I just came up with a combination of notes, so oh yeah, and it's staccato. Instead of holding down the note, you so that's it for that. Let's see, for the piano, all I'm doing, man, when I do this shit is I find the scale, right, and then I just come up with like little ditties. Just those are your parameters. Just come up with something. And then just repeat it in a loop, and then it sounds catchy. But it really, that's where the producer comes into play, is you're picking what sounds good and what doesn't. So along with that, let's see what I did for the drums. Alright, this is just a root note, the C. And then I just left a lot of room for the rapper, right? So right? You don't want to saturate too much. You want to leave room for the vocal. So the 808 can be really distracting, but it's perfect if you put it where it counts, right? Okay, so the other thing is you asked about parallel compression. No. I pick a good sample. I like those Cash Money AP samples. I make sure the velocity is all the way up. And then I roll off 30 hertz always. Just to create headroom, and then also so it's not muddy, you know, too much motion, too much energy in that muddy low end frequency, especially if you project it over big speakers in the club setting or something like that. You're just gonna have a big waffle noise. So yeah, parallel compression, if I ever use it, I use it on vocals usually. Or I guess something similar would be like scaling back the effect knob, the dry wet knob. Sometimes I'll do that with compression. For example, here. Oh no, yeah, so if it'd be similar, right? Because this is essentially a bus, it's a grouping. In this case, I just, you know, all the way affected, but I know parallel compression is like on a separate, its own bus, and then bring in another parallel signal and affect that signal, but again, I don't do that unless it's really vocals. For the hi-hats, this is I like 2 hi-hats always. And these is just right click, you hit the B button, make a draw tool, right? And just go in and out of all these different settings. So use the triplet grid, 30-second notes, boom. That's 30-second triplets. And then we got 30-second, I'm guessing here, but okay, these are straight. And then to regular 30-second notes. Regular 30-second, regular 30. And then what do we got? And we got a eighth note. It's syncopated, right? And then back to 30-second note triplet here. And then more 30-second triplets and 16th note triplets, it looks like. Yeah, so it's 30-second note triplets and then 30-second note straight. Right here. Gives a little bounce. And eighth notes. And then to balance that out, on the upbeats, I have another hi-hat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so together they sound like this. And 3, but you have that steady beat that gives it that people want to bob their head type shit. That's what gives it that bounce. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. The other shit's just ear candy, really. And again, this emphasizes those. And 2 and 3 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and. So all together, you got a nice little bouncy track, man. But just come up with a melody. And then some people like to call it a counter melody. I don't know if I like to call it a counter because it doesn't really counter it. That's just me, but yeah, I guess for all intents and purposes, we'll call this a counter melody. Oh wait. Right, so you got two melodies working together. That stabilizes the beat though. Everything's feeding off of that. But that's just down, helps the groove. And then as far as mixing, roll off everything on the bottom end. For the melody, what I did was use this halftime jank. I hate that. And then I rolled off, let's see, 180 hertz off the bottom end with the EQ3. 3000 kilohertz. Look, if you don't want to use RC20, which I have it, but I'd rather just do it by hand. I don't know. I find it to be, I don't know. It just sounds a little different. I like it better. 3000 kilohertz, right? Watch. Cut that off. That way the drums are more up front and the melody's more in the back. So rolled off the bottom end and then halftime, half setting just to saturate it. Make it sound a little fuller, right? And then I used a couple just delays to taste. And then this frequency shifter is pretty cool. Like this is a sauce alert right here. So if you hit this button right here on the top right, it's gonna let you automate manually. So and click this fine tune. This is tuning sample, and then I just automated it by holding the button down and moving it up and down. So you hold your mouse button, the left button, and then move it up and down, and you'll see while the record button's on. So you hit record. I'll make a video about automation. What this did was it detuned it and made it wobble, but I did it the way I wanted to. You watch. See up here and down here now. Moving by itself. It kind of goes in and out of tune, wobbling it like an old record player. That's all RC20 does. Only you can time it how you want on this. So this is without any effects. And again, I use this expand plugin, just a piccolo. You know, I've got all those expensive VSTs, like 400 a pop, like Keyscape, Omnisphere, all that stuff. But I find myself using this $20 expand plugin because it's cheesy and you can it's malleable. You can just like form it into what you want it to be over time. I'm not really a sound design guy, but I do like to take basic sounds and make them my own. So this is what it sounds like dry with no effects on it. And this is the piano. It's another expand, just like horny, bro. I love it. And this is dry together. And this is with all the crap added on it. And then see all together. And on the master channel, I EQ'd again, rolled off 30 dB. And I boosted the mid-range. All your powers in your mid-range, man. That's if you get mixes that sound bad in a car, it's because the mid-range is off. People focus on the highs and lows too much. It's all about the mids, man. Control the mids. Yeah, so and then I boosted the highs just a little bit, which I usually don't do because I'm real like leery of that because I have tinnitus real bad and like ringing in my ears. So I'll end up if I EQ the high end to my taste, it's going to be way over exaggerated and blow people's ears out. So I'm really conservative when it comes to highs, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, this isn't the finished product because my goal is to sell the beat and they're going to buy the track outs or whatever and end up re-EQing the beat. So if they want a little more high end, I'd rather give them a beat where they still have room to boost the high end and it's not already boosted to fucking infinity. And from there, I throw a glue compressor on there with the attack all the way up, release automatic, everything basically all the way up, and then just kiss it with the threshold, and then jam the makeup as far as it'll go, and then put this soft clipper on. This is basically like the FL soft clipper, only it's in Ableton, right? And it won't let you redline. See that? You're still gonna get those artifacts, but hey, that's what Decap does. That's how he does. That's how a lot of people in 2020 are using sound design, is they're doing things like clipping the drums, right? So, yeah, that's about it, man. That's the process. That's what I went through making the beat, man. Just have fun, pick a scale and come up with a creative melody in the scale. And then come up with little sweeteners, melodic sweeteners, basically, like that little piano piece behind in the background. Add your drums. Make sure the hi-hats have that bounce. Whether it be the downbeat or the upbeat, that's really all you're going to get in trap, right? And then make sure you can bob your head to it, man. Play with the tempos a little bit. And then once you get to a point where you like it, just stick a fork in it, bro. Don't overthink shit like what's his name says. Anyway. Much love and respect. Peace, peace.